Good morning, Nova Scotia. I'm Dan Budgell, and this is your Lighthouse Local for Wednesday, August the 26th. We begin this morning in the Annapolis Valley, where Nova Scotia is putting new money behind the fight against tick-borne diseases. The province announced a $1.2 million investment Tuesday as the Canadian Tick Research and Innovation Centre officially opened at Acadia University in Wolfville. And if you spent much time walking through tall grass, wooded areas, or trails in Nova Scotia, you probably already know why this research matters. Black-legged ticks are well established in the province and can transmit Lyme disease, but Lyme disease isn't the only concern. Ticks can also transmit illnesses including anaplasmosis, babesiosis, and Powassan virus. The new research project will work on developing and testing tick repellents and other control technologies. Researchers also want to improve the ability to detect and monitor emerging tick-borne pathogens. The project is being led by Dr. Nicoletta Farrione, Laura Ferguson, and Neil Kirk-Hillier. Farrione is an associate professor of chemistry at Acadia and the director of the new Canadian Tick Research and Innovation Centre. The idea isn't simply to conduct research and leave the results sitting in a laboratory. Research will work alongside industry partners with the goal of turning discoveries into practical products that could eventually help protect people and animals. The province also sees an economic opportunity with Nova Scotia companies potentially develop products that can be sold well beyond the province. For the rest of us, the everyday advice remains pretty simple. If you're spending time in wooded or grassy areas, use appropriate repellent, wear clothes that make ticks easier to spot, check yourself, your children, your pets when you get home. Now to Digby County, where RCMP are investigating a serious incident involving an alleged robbery and kidnapping. Police say 3 people have now been arrested following an incident in rural Nova Scotia. The investigation involves allegations of robbery, kidnapping, and the theft of a vehicle. RCMP announced the arrest Tuesday. As this is an active investigation, we'll stick to what police have confirmed and avoid speculating about circumstances that have not yet been established. We will continue watching for additional information from RCMP today, including any charges or court appearances resulting from the investigation. Now let's get into your Wednesday weather. In Halifax, we're starting the morning around 17 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. Fog patches are around in some areas early this morning, but those should dissipate as we move through the morning. We're looking at a mix of sun and cloud today with temperatures climbing to around 24 to 25 degrees. It will feel a little warmer than that with the humidex reaching around 30. There is a 30% chance of showers late in the afternoon, so if you're heading out after work, keeping an umbrella nearby wouldn't be a bad issue. The UV index is 6 or high, so sunscreen is still worth remembering if you're spending much of the day outside. Tonight clears out nicely with temperatures dropping to around 15 degrees. Some fog patches could redevelop overnight. In the Annapolis Valley, we're looking at a high around 23 degrees. In the Kentville area with a 30% chance of showers during the day. Tonight clears with a low of around 14. Down in Yarmouth and southwestern Nova Scotia, Wednesday is looking particularly nice. Expect mainly sunny clouds and a high around 26 degrees, followed by cloudy periods tonight and a low near 12. Around Halifax and the eastern shore, we're generally looking at that mix of sun and cloud and a high near 24 and the possibility of a late afternoon shower. Communities directly along the coast can feel a little cooler. Through Truro and central Nova Scotia, expect another mild late August day with temperatures generally in the low to mid-20s. Moving east through Antigonish and Guysborough counties and into Cape Breton, conditions remain fairly comfortable, although local cloud and coastal effects can make a notable difference from one community to the next. So the Wednesday weather headline's pretty simple. A decent late August day for most of Nova Scotia with sunshine in the mix, temperatures mostly in the low to mid-20s, and just a chance of a late day shower in part of the mainland. Now to sports, and if you've been waiting for hockey to return, apparently August 26th is close enough. The Halifax Mooseheads are back in preseason action tonight. The Herd host the Charlottetown Islanders at the Zatzman Sportsplex in Dartmouth. Puck drop is at 7 o'clock. Halifax is now in its second week of training camp as coaches continue evaluating the players competing for roster spots. The Mooseheads made the first round of cuts on Sunday, reassigning 13 players. So tonight gives the remaining players another opportunity to make their case before the roster gets trimmed further. Halifax has already shown it can score during the preseason. The Moosehead put 9 on the board against Cape Breton Eagles Saturday night in Member 2, including 6 goals in the third period. Tonight, the opponent changes with Charlottetown coming from across the Confederation Vidge for the preseason matchup in Dartmouth. For the Halifax Wanderers, there's no match today. They are coming off their 1-0 victory over Vancouver FC Saturday at the Wanderer grounds. We'll have their next matchup as the Canadian Premier League schedule continues. And around Nova Scotia, we're approaching one of the strange sporting crossroads where summer soccer, baseball, and community tournaments are still happening while hockey bags are suddenly appearing in arenas again. If there's a local team or athlete doing something worth talking about in your community, send it to Lighthouse Radio. The same goes for community news. If your town has a fundraiser, festival, market, volunteer effort, road issue, municipal story, or something happening that deserves a bigger audience, we want to hear about it. Lighthouse Radio is province-wide. That means the stories happening in Digby, Wolfville, Truro, Antigonish, Sydney, Yarmouth, and the Eastern Shore and every community in between matter just as much as what's happening in Halifax. And wherever Wednesday takes you, Lighthouse Radio can come along. We're available on iOS, Android, and all Alexa-connected devices. Lighthouse Local is proudly sponsored by Sackville Driving School, the road to your driving success, sackvilledrivingschool.ca. I'm Dan Budgell. Have a great Wednesday, Nova Scotia. Enjoy the last few days of August. Keep an eye out for ticks if you're spending time outdoors, and we'll keep you connected with what's happening across the province. This is your Lighthouse Local on Lighthouse Radio.